Well, I'm sitting here with Nikki today. Thank you very much, Nikki. I was fascinated to hear your story and really pleased at how well you look. You look amazing. No way would I say that you had 6 grandchildren, is it?
Yeah, the oldest being 30.
I know, you'll have to pretend they're yours, really. I think that's the best way forward. And what's also encouraging to me is I was fortunate enough during your journey to have several conversations with your husband. And I can remember when I've spoken to him and he's been a bit down in the dumps when you were very poorly. And his voice is so different now and he's so on a high because how well you are. In other words, it's a bit of a mixed blessing though sometimes that, because you are really well and hopefully will remain the same, but I'm sure you've still got that little niggle at the back of your mind that anyone going through cancer has.
Oh yes, even when you get the good news, the remission news, it's always tempered. You always know it could at any time be reversed and we could be going facing the same scenario that we have done in the past. And that can be quite dampening on things at times. Although you don't dwell on it, it is there, always there.
Do you find you sort of try literally to have the attitude of living each day as it comes?
Oh yes, I take the most out of each day and each thing I do, much better than just ever did before, really.
So your life, you value it perhaps more now?
I do. I suppose I feel a lot of the time on a permanent high to be able to, when I can do nice things, things that you want to do.
Talking of nice things, you were telling me, you've got a holiday booked because I want to come in your suitcase. Where is it you're off to?
We're off to Thassos. We've never been to a Greek island before, so we're trying something. We thought, no, we're going to do something different this time, and we're going to continue doing different things.
Well, it's a challenge and it gives you a purpose.
It does.
But the other thing you were also telling me is that you planned a really good party recently for your husband, didn't you? He had a big birthday, shall we say? He had
a big birthday, and we had a garden party, and living in the heart of England, we made it a beach party, a day at the seaside.
Amazing.
And I ordered some things from the internet, and when it came, actually, it was a big sea, sun,
really?
Like sea, sand and sky. It was over 40 foot long. We put that at the back of the garden. The only thing being, it was slightly flimsy when it came. So there we were, Friday afternoon, putting it on garden canes, taping it on, folding it away so we could put it up. By 8 o'clock Saturday morning, we were in the garden, because people come Saturday afternoon, staking it down.
Oh, how wonderful.
And Gran made a big sand pit, and then we had another one that went down the side that's a tropical scene. And for once, Graham's usually very good at the catering and king of the barbecue and else. He said, no, you can do it.
Yeah, because it was his birthday.
His birthday, and I was queen of the grill on the hot dogs and the hamburgers and taking all the fish and chips, making candy floss.
Oh, you really did it as a seaside theme.
So we had them all coming. And at one point I had my son and my son-in-law in my kitchen having competitions so you could make the best candy floss. So we had a house full, and it took us about 2 weeks at least to clear up afterwards, but never mind.
Can imagine. Well, it's funny you should say that, because I can remember after I'd been diagnosed and was feeling better, I went on a boating trip with somebody who was cooking marshmallows, and I was told afterwards that all around this catamaran were little tiny bits of marshmallows that had been dropped around the floor. It does take forever to clear up, and I bet you a year before that you couldn't have visualised that Nikki would be doing this.
Definitely not. I couldn't have seen me doing it, any of it,
No.
At all. So yes, it really is a turnaround and what have you. And this holiday we're going on, in fact we were discussing it this morning, and Grant, this is the first real holiday we're going on. That's what we call a drug-free holiday.
I understand that.
Yes. Which will be a real difference for us.
Of course it will.
Yeah.
So that's why really every day now is going to be a benefit.
It is.
And we were talking before you made the film about the impact it can have on people who perhaps aren't as fortunate as you have been with a huge family and friends of your pets.
Yes.
You had 2 dogs, didn't you?
Yes, and obviously they're both unfortunately died now, but I used to just talk to them, their photos and what have you. But also my daughter has 2 dogs, and we borrow those. And
do you?
We do,
Excellent.
and they come over and stay, and I tell my little worries to them. They sit on my knee and I give them a cuddle. And
well, they can be quite good.
They can.
I know one of the ladies that I see quite regularly. She's very much on her own, but she in the end had 2 cats, and they've made such a difference to her life.
I'm sure they have. I think pets, or anything you're interested in, if you're interested in any type of music, listening to music
yes, can
help you.
Do you find you hear it differently now?
You do.
Yeah,
you listen to words more, and you take it all on board, and you enjoy it more. I mean, I have a very eclectic mix of music. I like all sorts of things, depending on what mood I'm in and what have you.
Yes.
But I listen to anything and everything. I'm very open and what have you. And it's so amazing. It is, that can be a great help to people, I think.
Yes, because it gives you a mood, doesn't it, when you listen to something from that point of view. And what about the driving side? Did you go through a phase where you couldn't drive?
I just didn't. I gave up driving because I just felt
so poorly.
I felt so ill, and and Graham said to me, says, "Are you really sure you concentrate?" I said, "Well, no, I don't think so." So I didn't drive for quite a long time, and even that, I think I get even a delight out of that now. I feel, I can do this, even doing that,
So things you took for granted, now you don't, and you get more pleasure from.
Even things
That's
like,
a bonus.
It is. I mean, I've always had love, say in the video, I love cooking, and I really went off cooking. Yeah. But now when I'm there and I'm cooking something away, and I'm thinking, this is great.
I'm good at this.
I can do this again now, and things. And I know it sounds silly, but just things like that, And
no, it doesn't at all.
And I was like, for months I never went shopping or anything like that. Now I can go shopping, I don't know, that's to the car's detriment, I'm quite sure. Gran doesn't seem it like that, because she's got to be getting well again. She's off spending money.
Yes, well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And the other thing we touched upon when we were talking earlier together was obviously in your condition, your weight changed, which is a bit of a self-image for women, isn't it? I mean, now you're as slim as a pin and you look amazing.
I wasn't. I was exceptionally an awful lot heavier than I am now, probably about 2 stone heavier than I am now. And I did go down very, very thin at the beginning of the year when I was very ill. And even to myself, it was a worry. I did think I looked too thin, but no matter what I ate, I was actually starting to eat a bit more, and no matter what I ate,
it didn't help
at all. But now it is, and I'm going to have to be careful because I got so used to eating whatever I feel like.
Yes, you're back to being normal
now
sense.
That way. So I'm thinking I can't just carry on eating loads, otherwise I'll end up.
Do you think we all worry a little bit too much though about?
Oh, I think we do.
I think everybody does, don't they? And I think people going through any cancer journey, whatever their own cancer might have been, they still worry about their body image, because it does change everybody's body image on tablets usually.
Any medication does, no matter what effect it has on your body in whatever way, it can give you a quick you don't feel so good about yourself either.
No.
You think it's showing more that way,
I just think it's that other people don't see you like that.
No.
But it must be amazing for your family now.
Oh, definitely. That they're thrilled to say they've got mum back.
Yes, I'm sure.
Just like you again. In fact, I always used to have my 2 youngest grandsons. I always used to have them once a week, which I had to stop doing.
Yes.
And Joseph, he came to me, he says, Nana, he says, it'd be lovely. He says, can I not come back to you like you used to before and come to you for tea after school and what have you? So I'm considering that. Now I'm feeling better. Do
they live nearby?
Oh yes, only about. They all live within half an hour radius of me, so
that's brilliant.
I do get to see them all on a regular basis. So yes.
And do you think the younger grandchildren appreciated the difference in you? I mean, children can be a little bit forthright in what they say. Did they ever say to you when you were at your, feeling really poorly, things that would have at that time upset you, or were they all right?
No, the only thing you say to me was, especially at family things, Nana, why did you look so sad, or are you not happy, and things like that.
But they wouldn't like. It was more a mood then.
Yeah, thing than that, but no.
And now you're back to being Nana.
Yeah, this is it. The only one that ever went into great detail with how unwell I was my eldest grandson, but the others are fairly small, so they just knew I just wasn't well.
They just take it as it comes. As it comes.
Yeah.
What about hobbies? Did you ever sort of always want to do something that you now do? I mean, you were telling me about walking. You do a lot of walking with your husband.
Yes. And we did go away, and he took me out on one of his small trips. It was a little 6-hour walk that we went on.
Wow. A little one then.
Well, so he said to me, he look forward to our walking again,
So physically you are able to do all of that
I am now. Not.
Do you have to pace yourself a bit, I would
bit
think?
more now than I did before. But what I really would like to do is possibly, I'm not a runner, most definitely not, maybe go back and do some more gym and go back to Zumba. I used to always love Zumba before.
Yes,
I just haven't had the energy to do that.
No, it's quite physical.
It is, but I have a friend who we used to go to together, and we're thinking about doing that again now. Yeah, go back to doing that.
The other plus that you were telling me about is you obviously have found that your neighbourhood that you live in, you've got a better relationship, or let's say not better, a closer relationship with neighbours. The lady across the road and the one next door, who you used to just say hello to, but have now become real friends.
They have.
In adversity, really.
Oh yes, my next neighbour across the road, in fact, has just been away for 4 months into New Zealand. Lucky her. Wow. But she came back and she came over and she said, "How are you?" But she used to keep in contact with another neighbour and she was always ask after you to make sure you were all right, which is lovely.
Feel like you cared about. And the lady next door has obviously had her own journey, and I believe you've been able to talk to one another, which is a good thing too.
Yes, I mean, lucky for her, I mean, she's in remission now as well.
Yeah.
So. Yes.
What a lovely word.
It is, isn't it?
Yes, it puts a big smile. Well, you're smiling all the time anyway.
Well, yes, because I think I do feel so well now.
Yes, it must be a wonderful feeling from that point of view. And you can see things that you're going to enjoy. Well, your holiday for a start, and coming in your suitcase.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Be most more welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's been lovely talking to you.
Thank you.
I do wish you the well for the future.
And the same for you.
Take care of yourself.
I will do.
Thank you.